Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 52 units of real estate and I help coach people to buy the first multifamily deal. So today I want to talk about financial moves that Christine and I, that we've made since we've been married. We've been married for about almost 4 months now. And the first thing we did was we wanted to make sure we had a joint checking and savings account. And we decided to use Ally Bank because it was a high yield savings account. I own a lot of Chase accounts, but the interest rate's not as great in Chase versus Ally. So we just thought, okay, we have this joint account that we both contribute on a monthly basis. So Christine, she takes it straight from her paycheck to put it into the joint account, and I will just automate it from my account, and basically automate to the joint account as well. So we both contribute the same amount into the accounts. We'll see if we just want to join accounts into one to simplify, but I have a lot of automated expenses and she does as well. So, it's easy to keep it separate, but something we'll consider in the future. And one thing we did was we opened up a Chase Sapphire preferred card because the reserve fees increasing, I believe, at the right now. And we just want the travel points. So she got the card under her name and she made me an authorized user. So that's our joint credit card. And then we auto pay that from our joint account. So anytime we go out or we spend something, we use our preferred card. And what we're trying to do is we had to spend $5,000 in the first 5 months so that we could basically get free travel points. Sorry, I had a brain fart right there. But we get the free travel points, and that's usually good enough for one flight that goes international. So, we're planning on doing credit card churning. So after a year, we use the bonus, and then we cancel that card, and then maybe I'll open the Chase Preferred, get the bonus after I do that. I'll cancel it, and then we'll do the Capital One venture card, and then she'll open it, make me authorized user, cancel it after we get the bonus, and then I go to my venture capital card, get the perk. So we can churn about 4 credit cards, I think. And by churning, 4 credit cards, it basically covers 4 flights for us, which is nice because, that's how you reduce your travel costs. Your base expense is always one of the flights. So it would cover one of our flights and really subsidize our travel. And then once we've finished churning our card, we'll probably end up just having the Chase Preferred or the Venture Capital one because the fee's not bad. It's only, I think, $100 a month, and you still get the perks. I think the Chase Reserve, they're increasing their price and giving more perks, but I don't think I really benefit from the additional perks from the Chase Reserve. So it doesn't really warrant me, keeping my Chase Reserve. I had it for a very long period of time, and that's kind of how we'll really take it. So another thing that we've done is we've added each other as beneficiaries on our accounts. So, I do have a trust. So I make my trust the secondary contingent beneficiary, but, for the primary beneficiary for our retirement accounts, investing accounts, we basically put each other as beneficiaries. And then, we need to update the trust to add Christine onto the trust as well. But, from my experience, it's usually faster for beneficiaries if you just list someone there and then you make your trust the contingent in case, something happens as a backup. So we went through that. And then we developed an investment plan. So for me, I haven't been really buying real estate the past 2 years. The last piece of property that I bought was the house I'm sitting in right now, which is my primary residence. I bought that with Christine. So we're both on the property. Obviously I bought a lot of real estate during COVID when interest rates were low. So all my capital is trapped there. I can't do cash out refinances right now because interest rates are too high and I locked in great interest rates. So I have to either sell or, just save up money again, which is what I've been doing. So what we've been doing is Christine, she's not as aggressive as an investor as I am. And she likes more conservative stuff. So she just likes investing in index funds through Vanguard, the total US stock market, the total international stock market, the total bond market. She likes a fund called QQQ, which is the top 100 stocks or companies. So it's mostly tech companies. And, it's kind of funny because I was talking to Christine and for me, I'm I don't time the market at all. I literally just if I have money, I'll just throw it into there and hold, or I dollar cost average where I automate returns every single, month. So that I don't time the market, I just have time in the market. And I've, built up $1 million plus stock portfolio mostly by doing that over time, right? And, I started in 2013 till today, obviously crazy bull market. Combine that with COVID, it really just grew way faster than I thought. Like literally I've been at my current job for like a year and a half, and I maxed out my 401k for 2 years, and so it's like what, 22K, that's 44K, and it's already at like 54K. I was like, it made $10,000 in like a year and a half. And I was like, how? Because like that's the crazy thing about just letting it sit there and grow. But for Christine, she likes to like time the market. Like, I have this metric that I have to know when's a good time to buy QQQ. And I was just like, the best time to buy QQQ was yesterday. The second best time to buy QQQ is today. But she doesn't buy that. Because like for me, I don't want to put much effort into it. I just want to take action. And I told her, I'm like, hey, because you don't like to, she doesn't like real estate as much, and she's sitting kind of heavy on a cash position. I was just like, you got to increase how much you automate to Vanguard on a monthly basis. And because, she's investing for both of us now. So I was just like, you have so much cash, it's getting, 4% interest in the bank, which is decent. But you should just increase how much you invest in. Like I told her, at this point, all your money that you're making should just be 100% invested. Like just whatever you make minus the expense of the mortgage, her portion of the mortgage, whatever is left over, just literally just invest it into, like, she maxed out 401k. She's dumping it into Vanguard. So she increased her thing to $5,000 a month into Vanguard. And I said, even on top of that, I'm like, dude, you're seeing so much cash. And I was like, you should just like lump sum into like Apple or QQQ and then just sit on it. And then it'd be a nice balance, because I'm all real estate heavy. Like 80% of my net worth is real estate, 20% is stocks. But for her, she's probably more of her net worth is probably like in stocks and in cash versus like real estate. So I just said, hey, like, you should just lump sum into QQQ or something that you like. And she's like, yeah, I'll think about it. But she hasn't done anything yet, right? But, I let her do her process, right? It's technically, her money. But I just said, hey, like, and I talked to her about this new construction burr, and I had a whole video about it. But I was just saying, hey, like, builders are desperate. Lennar is desperate. D.R. Horton's desperate. They have inventory that they want to get rid of at the end of the quarter. If I offer them all cash, and I'm able to get a 30% discount off the asking price, would you be willing to help me buy these deals, right? Because, I have some money, not as much as her, right? But like, we can join forces, pay all cash, get a 30% discount. And I showed her the numbers. Hey, this is what I plan to do. I plan on getting a 30% discount, paying all cash. I'm going to rent it out and get a new loan at 7% interest. I'm going to do a cash out refinance after it's rented out at 75% loan to value, cash out refinance. So basically, if I buy it at a 25% discount, I can basically pull out all my money tax-free, or pull all my money tax-free. And then that loan amount at 7% interest still has a cash flow. So I showed her the numbers. Like, hey, look, if I buy this property, I'm going to offer 30% less. And then once it's 30% less, I'm going to get it rented. This is how much it rents for, according to my property manager. Here are my expenses, assuming 7% interest rate. And basically, it's able to break even or maybe make $100, $200 in cash flow, ideally. And that $200 in cash flow is not really something I can live off of. It's just more of an emergency reserve, CapEx, vacancy costs. So, let's just call the property break even. And then I would pull out that money. We'd make instant equity in the deal. So our net worth would increase by, I'll just give you an example. Let's say I buy a property for like $400,000. It's asking price $400K. I'm going to ask for a 25% discount, which is $100,000 off. So I'm all in for $300,000 cash. The lender will probably appraise it at a little over $400,000, at $420K. So we just made $120,000 of instant equity by buying right and having forced appreciation, or natural appreciation, because that's how new construction works. So I made $120,000 increase in paper net worth. I got this deal with zero money in there because I did the burr. I put all my capital that I put in there. And the property can make a little bit of cash flow or break even. And then I still have my initial capital that I have, so I can use that to buy another property. And I said, if this works, I'll run the numbers through you. Would you be interested in doing this with me? And she was like, yeah, like, let's buy one, see how it goes. If it goes great, let's buy a second one, and then see how that goes. If it goes great, buy another one. But we obviously don't want to buy like 3 homes in the same community. Like, we want to buy in different communities to diversify a little bit, right? Within, Huntsville, Alabama. So she was like, yeah, let's do it. So like, I'm just waiting for a call from my property manager and realtor to say, hey, like how much of a discount are you willing to give me if I pay all cash? And what's the rent on that property going to be? You tell me those numbers. I can calculate my offer so I can do my cash so that I can just cash flow. As long as I hit my numbers, I don't care. I don't care. As long as I hit my numbers, I will make the deal happen. Right? And I'll tell Lennar that, like, hey, if you give me my number, I'll buy multiple properties from you. I will buy multiple properties. Right? Like I already live in a Lennar house right now. So like in my primary residence. So I will buy more properties at the end of the quarter. You send me your deals and tell me what the cash incentive is, and I just need to know what the rents are and the expenses. I'll make you an offer, right? So like that's really it. That's really it. And then if I can get a couple of these deals, I'm hoping to get 10 of these deals or 20 of these deals, and then I could sell half of it and use that half to pay up the other half in like 10 to 15 years, and now I own these properties free and clear, right? And it's the same system, same property manager, same realtor. They're one person, same like lender for cash out refinance, and same insurance. Easy. Like I could do this in like not that much time and effort, right? And each property I buy, I make $100,000 in instant equity, right? In instant equity. So like if I get 10 of these, my net worth just increased by $1 million using the same capital over and over and over and over again, right? So I'm like, and I'll definitely document my journey if I'm successful in this, because I just want to show like if it does work, and it's, I'm a little skeptical, like too good to be true, but if it does work, I want to share the journey. And I was like showing Christine, I'm like, let's do it. Let's just try it. Because like she has such a large cash position. I don't I'm trying to rebuild up my reserves. Finally got there and at a comfortable spot. But then now whatever is above my reserve can be the money I can invest. But I still max out my 401k. I max fund life insurance. I do my IRA. That's about it. I don't do the Vanguard brokerage. I told Christine, like, if we retire early, it'd be nice to have a more juicy brokerage account, which is more liquid, more accessible, so you can work on building that, right? So like we're tag teaming together, right? Obviously I have a lot of net worth assets, but it's like illiquid, so she can help me build the other assets, and then like I said, we can use her money to do these new construction burrs over and over and over again, because right now it's a buyer's market. It's a buyer's market. I'm telling her, it's a buyer's market right now in Huntsville, Alabama. So make offers that make sense for you. So there. So that's kind of what we're talking about. And then like in terms of expenses, like Christine and I are like super aligned on our expenses. I think what causes the most divorces is money, but Christine and I are like, I'm so open about money, as you can tell, to a fault, but it's nice because it helped open her up about money. So she can say like, hey, like this is what I want. This is how I want to invest, and it has to make sense. And I told her I'm not going to do anything without like your approval, because we're a team now, right? Like I just said that, like you have, like if I'm the CEO, you're like the COO, like you're there helping me, supporting me in the things that I'm not as strong in, right? Like I'm very good big picture and strategy, but she's good at like the little things in the day-to-day and the minutia. So together, like we're a very complementary team. So I told her that, and and I told her like, we're going to build wealth together, right? Like I think 1 + 1 is not going to be 2. It's 1 + 1 = 10. So now I have access to her liquidity, which I lacked, and use that to go buy more properties. Like I said, it's a buyer's market. Just make aggressive offers. If they say no, whatever, I don't care. I'll move on. Or I'll just say in a quarter, I'll reach back out to you and see what deals there are, right? Like maybe they're so desperate, like I'll say, I'll do it. Like work with me. I'll buy multiple deals. I'll buy multiple deals from you guys, right? So you hit your numbers, my realtor gets her commission, I build up my net worth, right? And I get a property that, cash flows a little bit or break even. So, if I buy these right, each of these deals are gonna make me about $100,000 in paper net worth. And then I can pull out my money. So, and new construction burr is like super lazy. Like I don't even I'm just buying it. I don't have to renovate it. I just rent it out and refinance it. It's only like 3 steps or 4 steps, repeat, right? And the longest step is a rehab. Like rehab takes about 6 to 8 months, and there's delays and headache, but I don't have to renovate anything. It's a new construction. I'm just buying it right, and then I'm just renting it out, which I know what the rents will be. It might take like 3 months, and then I refinance it, which with a debt service coverage ratio lender, so it's easy, and they close in 30 days. So that's really what I want to do, right? That's really what I want to do. So like I said, if I can do this, I would buy like 20 of these properties, sit on it for like 10, 15 years, and then maybe sell half, pay off the other half, right? And then at that point, like, we'll be living good, right? We'll be living very good with that strategy. So anyways, just wanted to share what moves. So to kind of summarize, we opened a joint checking account. We have a joint credit card. We add each other as beneficiaries, and she's investing heavily in index funds and Vanguard, and I'm just building up my reserves. We both maxed out 401ks, and then we're probably going to do the new construction BRRRR strategy together, assuming the numbers work out. Like I said, if they give me, I think they're going to give me a 15% discount. I want 30. I'll probably counter at like 25%, and then maybe they'll meet me at 20. And then even then, I don't mind leaving 5% of my money in the deal, but obviously I want to get as much of a discount as I can to make it work. So anyways, let me know any questions. Hopefully you found value. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want one-on-one coaching, mentorship, check out my free newsletter. Click on my link tree down below. From there, you can see a link to all that. You can send me an email as well if you want a discount code or you want to connect with me. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see you next one. Thank you so much.